The disaster genre has been around for long, and it commonly reflects the contemporary anxieties of a population. For instance, the warning of a nuclear bomb causes panic in Los Angeles, California, in one of the most popular disaster films, Miracle Mile. In the beginning of the 2010s, Contagion premiered, a film about a pandemic that can evidence a point in time where the genre diverged into two: traditional disaster and neo-disaster. This is because at first the virus was believed to come from a random animal encounter, an external source, but later it is revealed that humans indirectly caused its creation. The traditional disaster genre still prevails, but what differentiates the two versions is that in current disaster films the threat is external, a massive earthquake for example. Other characteristics are the dramatic use of CGI to enhance distraction and that these films mainly focus on spectacle. However, in these three films, there are moments which show hysteria and glimpse at what the neo-disaster genre will be, a genre where the focus is on the damage humans can do. This neo-disaster genre poses more existential and philosophical questions that unveil dark aspects of human nature. The disasters do not come from external threats, but humans themselves are the antagonists. To explore this hypothetical genre, 7 of the disaster genre's conventions proposed by Maurice Jacobar will be highlighted. One of the most noticeable conventions is an overall imagery of destruction. This gives the films a chaotic feeling to emphasize the disasters in their plots. The Purge election year is about a fictional annual event where citizens of the US are allowed to commit any crime for 24 hours. The killings and massacre are used to the advantage of the privileged class and therefore show a potential inhumanity and cruelness in humans. Mother is an allusion to the biblical version of the Earth's creation, where the protagonist symbolizes Mother Nature, showcasing human selfishness when destroying their own planet and home, as well as each other. In Annihilation, the protagonists are trapped because of their own self-destructive behaviors, which lead them on a suicide mission into a mysterious and dangerous area. In Assassination Nation, a judgmental society turns on itself. Everyday aggressions like sexism and homophobia, amplified by a massive hack of the town's data, serve as fuel for violence without limits. The Purge represents a cross-section of society in its main characters, such as an upper-class senator, her bodyguard, a store owner, and his employee. In Mother, this is seen when people from all backgrounds and ethnicities show up at Mother's house. In Annihilation and Assassination Nation, instead of different sections of society, their main characters show diversity of identities and ethnicities, including a trans protagonist. Class conflict is the main struggle in The Purge, with the upper class creating a day to decimate the population and profit from this. On the other hand, in Assassination Nation, the conflict is not one of class, but of gender, since the town's men target 4 teenage girls mostly out of their sexism and wrong accusations. Another convention seen in neo-disaster is the isolation of the main characters, who cannot expect any external help. In Assassination Nation, the town turns against and tries to kill the 4 girls, who can only rely on one another. In The Purge, the senator is betrayed by her official team and forced to hide because the government is trying to kill her. In Mother, no one helps or pays attention to the protagonist who is screaming and suffering while her home is being torn apart. In Annihilation, after they enter the mysterious area, the 5 characters are on their own. No one else can help them. To dramatize the virtue of emotionally responsive humanity, romantic subplots are often used in the traditional disaster genre. In neo-disaster, this changes. In The Purge, for instance, the love story is not romantic but comes in the love of the senator for her country and its people. In Mother, it takes the form of Mother's love for her house, a symbol for planet Earth. And in Assassination Nation, the love story is the one of the girls who love one another as strongly as if they were family. The last convention found is a sense that savagery is latent in humanity, waiting for an excuse to erupt.
You hear that? That's the sound. The sound!
You are.
This savagery latent in humans is perfect evidence for what makes neo-disaster an evolved version of the disaster genre, inviting the audience to reflect about how destructive humans can be, warning us that the greatest threat to humanity nowadays is not external, but humans themselves.